At system level, the requirement is that you can't have catastrophic failures likely to occur more than 10 to the minus 9 times per flight hour. So that's once every billion flight hours. And that's a really high safety bar. It's the same as a big airliner that would take hundreds of passengers on holiday, but it's being applied to this category of aircraft. It's a real challenge, but actually it's also a significant improvement in safety over other aircraft of similar size. In the UK, there's no equivalent to FAA experimental. There's no experimental category. So you have to apply for flight conditions and a permit to fly from the regulator. And that is more difficult, but actually we see that as both a challenge and an opportunity, because we can exercise our design organisation approval, the organisational structure, the processes, the people, and the tools that we use to design the aircraft, so we're ready for certification. This is effectively a dry run of the type certification process with the same people, same departments of the regulator that we'll be interacting with for TC. Testing at full scales is difficult, but there's no substitute. You're going to learn those lessons one way or another, and we would rather learn those difficult lessons sooner rather than later. The other important thing we're doing is focusing on piloted flight. And there's a couple of really good reasons for doing that. The first is that the test pilot's a really important sensor. There are some things you can't get with remote testing. For instance, control law refinement. If you fly remotely, you remove a load of those safety drivers. And there's some benefit in doing that, but actually you are delaying that learning about how to reach that balance between safety and airworthiness requirements. And so you're only solving half of the problem. Having a pilot on board gives you immediate feedback on complex phenomena, things like vibrations, funny noises from the aircraft that might give you clues to problems or issues or things that you didn't expect, and it might be difficult to get any other way. And these things will be apparent to people when they fly in our aircraft eventually, so it's important to capture those straight away. The other really important thing about having a pilot on board is that we don't want to just fly test pilots on our production aircraft. We want to fly pilots and passengers operated by our customers. So having a human on board is a really part of what we're doing. Really want our aircraft to be human ready from the outset, because safety is so important to us. We really believe in meeting that challenge of the high safety targets that are the same as are in place for transport category aircraft. And we think that meeting those same high safety targets will allow us to export this aircraft to any market in the world.